recording. Hello.
Hey, you. No, seriously. Okay, what I'm about to tell you is like.
So kids,
pretty.
go to your room.
Yeah.
Go to your room.
Kids,
no.
You better make sure you have your parents with you, or something, because it's gonna get naughty. So, it all started when I was 15 years old. Seems like it was just yesterday. So we lived in a 3-story house, but I lived in the 2nd story, like it was all me there. And like a lot of windows. And I had this neighbor, his name was like Little Jan. Well, not Little. Well, okay, it was Little, and then Jan was her last name. So it was Little Jan, you know, she's just kind of cute, a little Korean little lady. I was like, woo! Like I like them. So we were at a party one day, and then I saw her there. I was like, I guess I'll say hi, I guess. You know, she was kind of like giving me the eye, so I was like, I guess. Walked up to her. Hey, Little Jan. How's it going? Can I ask you a question? She's like, yeah. And I was like, how come you always, like, you know, kind of like stare at my windows, you know, it's kind of weird. And she was like, well, I'm not staring at you, I just like to stare at windows. And I kind of like windows. I was like, oh. You know, so I was like, okay. So that night, I was in my room, laying down, you know, I like to sleep in the nude, so I was laying down in the nude, just a little speedo one. I'll get more into that deal a little later. Anyways, I was just laying there, nice facing it, talking to Tom and stuff, and then like I heard like a big old like crash, and I was like, what the French toast, what's that? And then like, I went to my window, and there was like a ladder from like her window to my window, and I was like, what the? So like I opened the curtains up, and there she was, open the window, a little fast but slow, like I like it. Little Jansen, little silly girl, what are you doing here? And she was like, oh, I'm so sorry, you know, act all innocent. She just came like pretty much nude, and I was like, oh yeah, it's totally normal for me, right? And she was like, oh, I just wanted to get a little closer look at your window, it's so nice and hard, and oh yeah, like, I get that hand action here. And I was like, oh. And you know, she had like a moment there, and then, but like when I opened it up, I have to tell you, I was not looking in her eyes. There was two little friends there, the girls. I was like, oh man. Alright, so I don't know if I told you this, but I'm a fisher. I like to fish, you know, go fishing. And I just happened to have my fishing roll, pole, however you call it, roll, whatever. The thing.
Rod.
The fishing rod there, and I cooked her up right in the middle of the girls, and I went back to my bed and I rolled her in. Nice. So I was rolling her in. She was kind of big, so it took me a little while to get her in there. But I got her eventually in there. It was me and her on my bed.
What?
You know, so I just like happened to drop my pencil on the floor, and I eventually picked it up and ended up on the bottom of the bed at the end. And I just took off her shoes, and there they were, her 12 toes. It was pretty amazing. I never had an experience with 12 toes before, so like, give them a little massage. Went to the ankles, get a little massage, worked up the hairy legs, started down, and went up, and then there I was, face to face with, let's just say I wasn't expecting that. You know, so I was just there, and my tongue just happened, you know, wanted to get out of my mouth for a while. And, you know, it was just out there for a while. And 7 days later, I wasn't a virgin anymore. You know, it lasted 7 days, and then little Jan moved back to Korea, and then met, you know, Osama bin Laden, and they had a kid together. But yeah, that's the story of how I lost my virginity. A little Jan. And you know, it's kind of wild, because I just found her on MySpace the other day, thanks to Fish.
She's now like this skinny.
It's pretty wild. So like, that's the story of how I lost my virginity to little Jan.
Wow. That was deep stuff.
It was deep.
If anyone finds the speedos,
Oh yeah, and somehow when I passed out, I don't know how she passed me out, but I guess somehow I was passed out. The next morning, my little Speedos were gone. I was like, what the French toast? They're like SpongeBob, and in the back it said, come on, but like it was like they spelled come wrong. It was like C-U-M. I was like, no. I'm kind of glad those were gone, but it was like typo. But like it was pretty weird. I think she took them because on her MySpace she's like like smelling them and stuff, and kind of sniffing them in. Because she does that. It's really wild. So if you see any videos, SpongeBob with come on in the back, those are kind of mine.
Okay, we're done. We're done.
The end.